here we go. Just imagine with me. Ready? Thought experiment. We go to a nightclub and you go up and try to talk to a really pretty girl by yourself, and then you go try to talk to a really pretty girl, and these two are with you. Can you guys describe what that would be like? Different, the different experience that would be.
I mean, that would be a completely different experience. Yeah. You would feel comfortable. Yeah. I mean, the other girl would be like impressed, like, oh, these are your friends.
Yes. I tell my clients and all my friends that they're like, why is my life the way it is, where I get invited to all kinds of stuff and I get to host all kinds of events? I tell them one thing. I was like, I have a ton of female friends. And a lot of guys have a very difficult time with this because they're confusing Michael Sartain having female friends with being friend zoned. They think these are the same things. These are not the same things. For me, because I've been around this so much, it doesn't affect me as much. But for some other guys, if I were to introduce you to other guys, the pitch of their voice would go up and they would act different. They would act weird. And they would be, because their brain would tell them, I need to be the best version of myself to have a shot with you two, which you don't. But they would sit there and pretend like they do, right? And so you have this type of situation where they would change their behavior based on how you guys act. And one of the things I always tell guys is like, the way you want to get out of that and the way you want to become incredibly calibrated to meet the woman of your dreams is to have a ton of female friends that are just like her. I went through a really bad breakup maybe 6 years ago. And when I went through the breakup, I had a female friend she's a huge model. She has like 3 million followers, blue check mark, she's a real estate agent now, but she's a man eater. This woman just runs through men like crazy. They're chasing, they're crying, baby, I love you, slashing their own fucking tires, threatening to kill themselves. Like the girl's got the voodoo clam. But I've never dated her. And I would sit there and I'd ask her for advice. Like, what do I do about this girl? And her advice was the best advice I'd ever gotten in my life. It was toxic as shit, but it worked. Every single thing this woman said worked, because what I was going through, she was an extreme example of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like having a basketball coach versus having Steve Nash teach you how to shoot free throws. Like, this girl was so beyond what I needed, and her advice was phenomenal. And I tell guys this, like, a lot of guys are afraid to have you mentioned before about getting out of the friend zone, show the other girls that you're talking to. Mm-hmm. I do that all the time anyway. Mm-hmm. And it's absolutely fantastic because I do get really good advice. A lot of guys don't think that women are going to give a good advice for other women, but I disagree. I think you find women that are the archetype that you like. Maybe they're married or in relationships, or for whatever reason, you're not going to date them. And then you become friends with as many of them as possible. And then from that, you can grow your social circle. Again, most women I date, women are introducing me to those women. Wake the fuck up. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. How about this? So a lot of times, I'll be dating someone. She'll be like, oh, I'm going to the Ignite party tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, I'll see you there. Like, yeah, I'll be there. But the reason why is because I know so many girls. Like, how do you get into these places? Well, I'm on stage at XS because I brought 12 girls. Like, again, this is just so mind-boggling to me how so many men do not get this. I watched this Steve Harvey give a video about this. There's another author who I actually like a lot, Rollo Tomasi. He was talking about this. He's like, men can't be platonic friends with women. I'm like, these are people who are not getting invited to the Playboy Mansion, but I am. These are people not getting invited to the Maxim party, but I am. And the reason why is I'm not special. It's because I have so many female friends, and I've never understood the antithetical behavior that men have towards this, because what I think has happened is they had a crush on a Chantel in their life. They had a crush on a Linny when they were in junior high or high school, and that girl never gave them any attention. And so now they feel like if I become friends with them, now I'm being taken advantage of. And I've never felt like that.